Good morning, cuties. Welcome to my Wednesday 9 a.m. flow. So there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pain, a lot of talk about privilege. And for me, this has really been a time of education and reflection. And today's flow, we're looking at what's known as the Sakshi. So the Sakshi is the non-judgmental witness, the ability to observe and then from that observation perhaps make change, or to be with. And one of the key elements of Sakshi is our ability to listen. So today's practice, we're going to kind of tune into what we feel in the body, where we feel in the body, and just allow and nurture that feeling. And one of my teachers, Kate Henry, talks about listening to hear. And so often as humans in communication and connection with others, as we listen, it's often times to speak or to defend. And especially with everything that's going on at the moment, I think listening to hear and allowing yourself to really kind of take on what's being said as opposed to needing to reply or to needing to have a say. For me at the moment, that's kind of what I'm doing, digesting, processing. And then, once I've spent some time with those feelings, perhaps I can communicate in a way that's a little more connected and a little more in touch, educated, I guess. So that's me, listening to hear today. So we're going to start just by making a few sounds, a few ohms. Sometimes it's really nice to make a vibration just to make a sound, like, you know what I mean? To express what has built up within the body and then just to let it out of the mouth. So today for your 3 ohms, should let go of the sound and just allow yourself to make noise, to make vibration. And that can be the focus of your 3 ohms, just to release perhaps anything that you have built up inside. So in your comfortable seat, just close down your eyes and tune into the body. And begin the process of listening. Listening to hear. And for me, this is very much a felt experience. So what do you feel? Let it out with sound. As you sit in stillness, as you bathe in the resonance of the vibration, observe. particularly pertaining to current affairs, to media, to shining the light on privilege. How does that feel in your body? Where do you feel that in your body? Allow it to be there. Using this feeling as a tool to take action. Bring your palms face down, just give your legs a little rub. I just had a little tear, that was cute. Okay, so we're going to do some body circles. So I'm just going to come off my block, cross your legs. We're just going to get the energy moving. So Sakshi, the witness your physical body. Listen to your physical body as you start to create little circles. Today's class, we're also looking at prana vayu. So prana vayu is the energy moving from the navel to the chest. And I like to think of it physically as the spine growing out of the pelvis. Today's flow is very much focused on how we can create space for the spine to really grow out of the pelvis. Change directions when you're ready. Feeling a softness at the head and the neck. Maybe lingering in particular areas if it feels nice. And then when you're ready, settling in the center, place the right hand down, take the left hand overhead. Little side stretch, gaze down towards the right hand as you inhale, look high towards the bicep. As you exhale down towards the earth. Inhale, feel energy move from navel to chest. And then exhale, keep that length. Last time, inhale, looking high. Exhale, looking low. Take the left hand forward, rest the right hand down, forward fold, Sukhasana. Relax the neck. The prana vayu is linked to the inhale breath. So just noticing what you feel physically as you inhale. And keeping that pattern in your awareness as you exhale as well. So even as you exhale, you feel that energy lifting. Witnessing the subtle energies of the body. Slowly roll up through the spine. Left hand down, right hand overhead. Take a little side stretch. And then when you're ready, look down towards the left, and as you inhale, look high towards the bicep. And as you exhale, low towards the ground. Bringing prana vayu into your attention. Navel to heart inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last breath. As you exhale, coming forward and down. Sukhasana fold. One of the greatest philosophies in the yoga practice is our ability to reside in the unknown. Profound not knowing, not needing the answers. But enabling ourselves to listen regardless. To truly hear. Without needing to fix. And then roll up through the spine. And we'll come over onto hands and knees. A little wristy thing, so I'll be on my fists today. If you see that, that's just what I'm doing. When you're ready, cat-cow, inhale to open. Exhale to close. And just flow like that, feeling the breath as you inhale, move from navel to chest. And as you exhale, a grounding sensation through the limbs connected to the earth. One of my teachers, Richard Friedman, talks about keeping the opposite energy of the breath in our attention. So as we inhale and open, we feel pranavayu, but we still continue to bring awareness to our connection to earth. And as we exhale, we still feel a long length, even though the energy is grounding. Settle somewhere in the center. Turn your right shin out to the side, come into a modified side plank. And just take your left back of hand to your sacrum. So slide your tailbone down. So for me, this involves quite a deep engage of the glutes to push and open the frontal hips. So this is less about the perfect Vashisthasana and more about opening our frontal hips, yeah? Press the right hand down, externally rotate the bicep forward. And then from here, just lift the left foot off the ground, doesn't matter how high, and keep the pelvis pushing forward by engaging the little glutees. You can stay here, or I want you to bend the left knee and kick the heel towards the butt. Keep the hand where it is and tuck the tailbone under again. So you'll feel a little engaging of hamstrings, a little opening of quadriceps. Either stay here or you can catch your foot. Now, we don't want this to come into the lower back at all, so I want you to thrust the pelvis forward and then kick the foot back. And this is not the deepest back bend of your life, it's more like a gentle quad stretch and hip opener. A stronger kick of the foot usually results in a deeper sensation. Take 3 breaths here. Last breath. And reach the left leg back. And bring the left hand down. And we're just doing a little cat-cow. So when you're ready, inhaling to open. And this time you can do whatever feels right. Maybe body circles feel more appropriate. Maybe a child's pose. Two more breaths, doing whatever feels good for you. Centering through the left hand, stepping the left shin over to the left. Beautiful, reach the right hand high. Take the back of the right hand to your sacrum and slide your tailbone down. So you can actually use the back foot, press it down, and that'll help you to open the frontal hips a bit more. Keep length in the spine, so that prana vayu is a focus on growing the spine out of the pelvis, especially when we're working into it. So from here, just lift your right foot off the ground, keep that tuck. So I constantly have to remind myself of that. Kick your heel towards your butt, and if you've kept that posterior tilt of the pelvis, you'll feel this beautiful opening in the frontal hip and gentle engaging of the hamstring. Just stay here or catch your foot. And when I catch my foot, I then again remind myself, open the frontal hip, squeeze the little tushy, and then press your foot into your hand. Externally rotate your front arm, your lower arm, so the bicep spins forward. And then take 3 breaths into the chest, growing the spine out of the pelvis. Release your foot. Downward facing dog. Take time. Any movement that feels good in your down dog, you're welcome to take. We're eventually moving in the direction of stillness. So I like to do a little bit of foot stuff, a little bit of leg stuff, a little bit of spine stuff. And I steady my gaze. I smooth out the rough edges of my breath. And I come into listening. Observing. Sakshi. Becoming awareness of the energy that is observing. Can you become the observer? Few more breaths. When you're ready, gently walking the feet in the direction of the top of the mat. Gentle bend into your knees, interlace your hands behind the base of your skull and wrap your forearms around the sides of your head. Just give your head a little squeeze. Just imagine your head was a lemon and you were just squeezing out all the thoughts that hold you back from that state of sakshi. All the judgments, just squeeze them out. Just allow yourself to be. Little bend into the knees, weight comes back into the heels, tailbone down, and release your head. Slowly roll up. Hands to Anjali Mudra. Bow your head down. Perhaps setting a sankalpa, an intention for your practice. Perhaps it's in line with the theme. You allow yourself to listen. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Listening to hear, not to judge, not to defend. Being curious and open in the face of discomfort. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Gently interlace your hands underneath your chin. Inhale, breath, elbows high. Exhale, breath, press your palms, scoop your belly, dome your back. Really rounding through the spine. As you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, squeeze your little tush, and just send the hips forward as you send the arms high. Release your hands, interlace them behind your back. Heel of hands can be together or separated. First thing, pull the corners of your shoulders open, bend your knees and gently fold over your legs. Just exploring the armies in space as you relax your head and neck. That can mean movement, that can mean stillness. Inhale, take a half lift, keep your hands interlaced and pull your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, release your hands down towards the earth, fold. And stepping your left foot back. And lowering your left knee down towards the earth. Lift yourself up. Take your little butterfly hands to the top of your pelvis behind you. And you might need support underneath your knees. My knees feel so funky some days. So bend into your front knee. And I want you to keep the back toes flipped over and press into your back toes. As you press into your back toes, feel the pelvis tuck under and the left glute engage. Now we're going to feel the spine growing out of the pelvis. So take the thumbs underneath the armpits. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, feel pranavayu lift from navel to chest. And as you exhale, keep that. Inhale again, inflate. Exhale, keep that length. This time, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hold. And just take a few breaths here. Beautiful. Hands come down towards the earth. Just widen your stance a little bit and step your left foot forward, Malasana Yogi Squat. So I like to start with my heels lifted and my fingers down. But if you can ground the heels quite easily in the morning, then I invite you to do that as well. Whatever feels good for you. Just relaxing your head and feeling that beautiful rounding in the lower spine. That compression in the frontal body. Just balancing that open if you did. If your heels can meet the earth, bring your heels to meet the earth, reach your hands forward. Now round your spine as much as possible and sit your butt down. Walk your feet a little further forward, hands to hamstrings, roll down through your spine. Alrighty, I've never taught this before, so trick is to me. We're going to lift into a bridge. And we're going to bring our hands to our iliac crest, just like we did before, just to the back of our pelvis. Nice. We're going to come on top of the left foot. What does that mean? Think Dhanurasana. So you lift and point your left toes, and then you come on front of them. Yeah, if your foot's not flexible enough, just move it a little bit further away. If you have more flexibility, just move it a little bit closer to your butt. It's a little bit awkward. Now, push the top of your foot down. Squeeze your little tush and lift your pelvis up. Yeah, and it can be strong on the foot, but what we're trying to do here is engage the hamstring and open the front of the quadricep on the left side. So I want you to feel the energy of both knees moving forward and the energy of the pelvis tucking under. Okay, this part I don't love. So you're going to keep your hands where they are for a little bit of support. Press down into the right heel and then lift the left leg out in front of you. Squeeze the tush, hug the midline with the inner thighs. 3 breaths here. Last breath in. And plant the foot down, lower the pelvis down. Alrighty, very gently draw the knees in the direction of the armpits, keeping the tailbone heavy, and just take a very gentle rock from side to side. Draw the knees to touch, round the forehead towards the knees, creating a tight little ball shape. Catch your hamstrings. We're going to meet in a malasana, so you can take a few rocks and catch yourself. You can go slow, you can use momentum. Oh, I did it this morning. Great. Fingertips down. We're just going to step back to a plank. So finding strength in the legs. I want you to imagine that the frontal thighs and the navel was averse to the earth. Press your hands down and then slowly lower onto your belly. Beautiful. Take your little fingertips tented to the ground outside the mat. And as you inhale, lift yourself up. And lower down. Again, lift. And lower. Last time. Put your hands and knees down, facing the other. Straight away, center through left foot, reach right leg high. Oh, just kidding. Center through right foot, reach left leg high. Just open the hip, find a bit of freedom. And when you're ready, step the left foot forward. Lower the back knee down. If you need support, take your support. Flip the back toes over. Butterfly hands to back of pelvis. Slide the flesh of the glutes down. Press into the back toes. And start to open through the frontal hips. What I've noticed within my own practice is there is a break in my kinetic energy chain. Yeah. So I'm trying to connect the body by opening the pelvis instead of just loading into the lower back. And once I've found that connection through the body, I can start to grow the spine out of the pelvis. So bring your thumbs underneath your chest. On the inhale breath, feel that growth. On the exhale, maintain. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms high. Hold here for 3 breaths. Hands down. Widen stance, step right foot forward. Start with the heels lifted if that feels nice, and then slowly lower your heels down. Round your lower spine and sit your butt down. Hands to hamstrings, roll onto your back. How do we feel about the Dhammasana bridge?
It's good, it's hard.
It's good, it's hard.
In a good way.
In a good way, good. I made it up last night, so. As you're in your bridge, I'm sure it's been done before, lift your pelvis into the sky. Find whatever you need to find in the upper body to support you, and then just bring your hands to your pelvis or butt or whatever feels supportive enough. And from here, take your right toes, point them, and slide them underneath. I like to use my hand a little bit, maybe use your hand as well. Tuck your pelvis under, hug your knees to the midline, and press your right foot into the ground. Feel the knees traveling forward. That'll help you to lower the energy. And then tuck the pubic bone towards the face. Beautiful. Press the left heel down, reach the right foot forward. Support with the hands, tuck the pelvis under, 3 breaths here. Last breath in, and the foot down, lower the pelvis down. Tailbone stays heavy, knees come wide. Even in this moment, breathe the prana vayu from navel to chest. Roll the knees in. We're going to meet in an uttanasana this time, so deeper rounding can be nice. A little more momentum can be nice. We're going to come to standing. Sometimes it can be tricky. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Chelsea's nailing it. Oh. Alright, forward fold. Gentle bend and a roll up through the spine. Interlacing the hands. Inhale, breath, elbows high. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach the hands up. Squeeze the glutes, hips forward, open the chest, and then release the hands. Interlace them the funny way behind the back. Maybe the heels of the hands come together. Corners of the chest widen, peel the heart open, fold. Again, explore. So my shoulders and my chest are a little bit tight, so it feels nice to kind of turn my chest from side to side, either slowly or a little more dynamically, whatever feels good for you. Just relax the neck and the head. Release the little handsies down. Step the right foot back. Generous bend into the right knee. Reach the hands high. Crescent lunge. Alright, cuties. Take your arms out to the side or to a cactus, and we're going to twist. Yeah, so just twisting to the left. Nice. Bend your front knee a little bit more, dig the heel down. Now, without bending in the lower back, this is going to be hard. Grow the spine out of the pelvis, and then take your left hand to the right hamstring. Yeah, so you're really growing out of the pelvis. Reach the right hand towards the sky. And bend the front knee just a little bit deeper. You might need to bend the back knee as well. Now from here, push the hamstring into the hand and then lift the spine high. So find the energy of prana vayu growing the spine continuously out of the pelvis. Beautiful, come out of your twist. Bring your butterfly hands back to the back of the pelvis and step your right foot in a little bit. Good, now, posterior pelvic tilt. Press your pelvis down. So tuck your pelvis under and then lift your toe, your right toe, just off the earth. So notice when I lift my toe, my pelvis wants to go, yeah, my lower back wants to take all the load. So I'm going to stop that by really energizing into my left heel. Tucking my pelvis under, using my glutes and my hamstring, and then from here, tipping forward. This is not about the height of your leg, yeah? Don't worry about the height of your leg. Try to activate your glute and your hamstring, and then grow the spine forward. So we're gonna come into a Dekasana. So reach your hands back, palms face down. And then retract your shoulder blades and try to grow the spine into a back bend without compromising through the lower spinal pelvis. Two breaths. Last breath in. Hands down. Step back, plank pose. Legs and lower belly resist earth, lower down. Just walk the hands a little bit further back and lift into a king cobra, so as high as you'd like. And lower down. 3 hands and knees, downward facing dog. Center through left leg, reach right leg high. Open the hip, find freedom. And step the right foot forward when you're ready. Generous bend into the left knee, reach to the hand side. If you haven't guessed it yet, Pranavayu is all about opening the front body, twisting over to the right. So this is where I struggle here. So bending the right knee a little more, dig the heel, and tuck the pelvis under. Now, grow out of the pelvis, through the spine, and take the right hand to the left hamstring. Now pressing the left hamstring into the right hand, start to allow the left arm to help you grow. So you feel that opening in the frontal hip, and not just in the lower back. And then send that energy up into the heart space, so you're growing into the thoracic spine as well. 3 breaths. And come out. Butterfly hands, step the left foot a little further forward. Okay, so pressing the pelvis down, lift the left foot up and feel into the hamstring and the glute. So this is about supporting ourselves. It's not about doing the deepest variation that looks impressive, yeah? So keep that support, press into the right heel and start to tip forward. Letting go of any attachment to creating something beautiful, and listen to the beauty within that beautiful support, and then that growing from that place of support. So reaching the chest, lengthening the spine, Dekasana, reach the arms back. Keep that support through the legs. Grow the energy into the heart. Last breath in. And step the left foot forward, fold. And just feel how the back line lights up when it's unified. I notice in my body a spaciousness in my lower back. Bit of a fierceness in the legs. Roll up through the spine. My favorite pose, standing Shavasana. Close your eyes. Observe. Notice the awareness that does observe and become that awareness. The Sakshi. Gently opening the eyes. Step the left foot back. It's a triangle. Hands to shoulder height. And then reach the right arm forward, take it down. So going to come into a back bend variation of triangle. So we really want to find that support in the lower body, the apana energy. So ground through the front heel, back ball. Draw the pubic bone towards the face and kind of squeeze the legs towards one another a little bit. And then from here, grow the spine forward. And then start to retract the shoulder blades. And it's like someone's pulling your chest over towards the right, but you continue to press your heels down and draw your pubic bone towards your face. 3 breaths. Gaze comes down, bend into your front knee, step your back foot in a little bit. Perhaps you take a block, Ardha Chandrasana. Yeah, if you've done back bend Trikonasana, sometimes your body just wants to fall to the right. Let's bring our left hand to our sacrum. Slide the tailbone back and feel that spacious energy. Now, engage your left glute and draw the hamstring towards the right. Not the foot, the hamstring. Now grow the spine out of the pelvis. Weight is in the right heel. This stay here or Chapasana. I like to send my hand or my block out to the right a little bit more to support. Weight is in the right heel. Yeah, that's important. So just like we did in our Ardha Vashisthasana, our side plank at the start, we want to tuck the pelvis under to open the quadricep. And then we want to grow the spine forward and imagine we're sending the crown of the head towards the foot. So we're not just bending in the lower back or hinging into the lumbar spine. Listen carefully, tricky transition. Keep the hold of your foot, kick the heel towards the butt. Now spin the knee to face down and slowly, with your right hand as support, lower your left knee to the earth. Well, I get to a point where I need to release my foot, I think, and just come down. And then come up. Hello, Ustrasana. So Ustrasana, we're going to do with our toes flipped over today. So there's a little bit more space in the lower spine. From here, tuck your pelvis, so your frontal thighs and hips open. And start to lean back. Maybe you hold here, maybe you catch your heels. I like to push the energy of my heels out as I hug the energy of my heels in. So heels hug in, hands push out, and then lift your chest up. 5 breaths. Last breath in, and lift yourself. Wouldn't be Melbourne yoga if we didn't do a prone. So let's go onto our bellies and do a prone. Crocodile. Another moment to observe. Now you have the option to stay here and just to breathe deep diaphragmatic breaths. Otherwise we're going to take Ardha Vaikasana, half frog pose. Not one that I teach very often, but a bit of a fun one. So you come into a sphinx and then you turn the left forearm in, or to a diagonal, whatever feels good for you. This can be a lot of the knees, so I'm going to give the first variation of just bending the right knee and catching the ankle with the hand in any position that you can grab the ankle in. Otherwise, just like Chelsea's doing, you can bring the heel of the hand to face back and the fingers to face forward. Now, this is the hard part. Posterior tilt, right? So I want you to smush your genitals into the mat, yeah? Engage your little glutees, and then again, grow the spine forward. So smush your genitals into the mat, Squeeze your little gluteus and then grow the spine forward. Send the right elbow back and take 3 deep breaths. Final breath in. Release the little footsie. Come through hands and knees. Downward facing dog. So I like to bend my knees and round my spine after all that back bend action. And then we'll just walk the little feetsies forward. And the knees roll up through the spine. Second side, step the right foot back. Mudita Trikonasana, reach your left hand forward. So before we come into the back bend variation, it's crucial to set the lower body. Yeah? Pressing the left heel down, ball of right foot, draw pubic bone towards face. Keep that. Now grow the spine forward, reach the crown of the head, and start to retract the shoulder blades. And open into a little baby back bend in the heart space, but keep that press of the feet. Keep that lengthening of the tailbone. Beautiful, gaze down. Bend your front knee, step your back foot in. I like to take a block, Adho Chandrasana. And lift your back foot. Now you can bring your right hand to sacrum. Slide your tailbone back and down. Nice. Now once your tailbone is moving back, engage your hamstring and glute to open the frontal hip. So it's like the same thing as a quad stretch, right? If you're keeping the pelvis in posterior tilt, there's an opening in the front of the right hip for me. Maybe not for you. Dig your left heel down. Either stay here or Chapasana, or not. Left hand comes a little further out. Bend the right knee, catch the foot. And for me, weight into the left heel, crucial. Tuck of the pelvis, crucial. And push of the foot into the hand, crucial. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Bring the hips to square, keep the hold of the right foot. This is awkward, it's called a shrimp squat, it's really difficult. So bend into your left knee, try to get your knee to tap down. I have to release it at a certain point, and then I just lower the foot down. Alrighty. Are we ready for a full Ustrasana vibe? Lift yourself up onto knees. Lots of back bends these 2 weeks. Hey, just opening those little heartsies. So you can have your feet flipped or whatever you want with the feet, really. Find the strength in the legs. Lean back. Catch your ankles. Hug the heels in. Press the hands out. Lift the chest. 5 breaths. And lift yourself up. Come to lay prone. Be nice to just shake your pelvis from side to side a little bit as you settle into stillness. Either staying here or lifting yourself up. Adho Bekasana, right arm comes to kind of face the left, bend the left knee, catch the foot any way that feels good. Now, getting into the Bekasana is quite simple for me. It's more finding the opening in the frontal hip, which is difficult. So a smushing of the genitals, engaging of the glutes, and then a lengthening of the spine helps to take the load out of my lower back. Draw the elbow back and breathe. And release. Through hands and knees, downward facing dog. Straight away from our downward facing dog, just walk your feet in. As you do, feel the spine begin to round. So it's like a slow little stroll that kind of rounds the lower spine. It feels really nice. Beautiful, roll up through the spine. We're coming into our peak. Natarajasana, dancer pose. Yeah? So when you're ready, centering the weight on the right foot. Let's do the left leg first. I like to bring the thumb face up and catch the inside of the foot. From here, allow this left side of the chest to open. Don't try to square the shoulders, but try to square the hips. So open the chest, yeah, and then reach your right hand high, maybe creating chin mudra, index finger to thumb. Now, tuck the pelvis under like we've worked all practice, and kick the foot into the hand, and you'll feel a stretch. Now from here, keep that, and just start to bend the right knee a little bit way into the heel and tip the body forward as you grow the spine out of the pelvis. Really, the more you can kick the left foot into the hand, the easier it'll be to connect into the frontal hips. Continuing to reach the right hand. Take 3 breaths here. Slowly come out. And release the foot. Oh, it feels so good. When done with awareness, dancer feels good. Okay. Right into the left foot. Right thumb faces up, catch the inside. So allow the right chest to open. Find a descension of the tailbone, squeezing of the little glute. And now press the foot back. Reach the left hand high. Find chin mudra. Open the right shoulder, but keep the hips relatively square. You can bend the left knee a little bit. Keep that kick of the right foot into the hand. Feel that squeeze of the glute on the right side as you do so. And then grow your spine out of your pelvis. 3 breaths. And come out. Interlace your hands behind the base of your skull. Wrap your forearms around the sides of your head. And very slowly, very gently roll down through the spine. Really take your time. Release your hands. Squat. And release your pelvis down. Sukhasana fold. Another Melbourne yoga classic. It's literally a fold to be with whatever you feel and balance the spine. just going to swap the cross of the legs. So in your own time, you just lift yourself up and swap the cross. Refold. Gently releasing, lifting up, planting soles of feet, hands to hamstrings, roll down onto your back. And take a happy baby pose, so soles of the feet to the sky, knees out wide, and just gently rock, just feeling into that beautiful rounding in the lower spine. So often teachers will give the cue tailbone towards the earth. Not the case today, you can just round the lower spine a little bit for me. When you feel good and ready, make your way into stillness, whatever that stillness looks like. Whether it's a shavasana or a meditation seat. And you're welcome to make that same guttural noise that you made right at the beginning of the practice in order to release anything that you are holding on to. Whether that's in shavasana or in seated. As you move through your day and your week, as you listen to hear and discomfort arises, allow yourself to reside in that. Witnessing privilege, pain, suffering, and holding space. Becoming the Sakshi. Namaste.
Namaste.
Reside in stillness for the duration that feels right for you.